Okay. I'm pretty pregnant. Lucy, come over here. I thought it'd be really like nice to sit on my bed and do a video, and instead I'm like having a hard time getting out of breath, trying to move around. Bear with me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber. This is my channel all about life. I mean, mainly it started when I started my health and fitness journey. I guess my first video was maybe almost 4 years ago. And if you watch my transformation video, you have seen that I've lost over time and lost weight and totally changed my life. And so you'll see workout videos, you'll see videos on parenting, nutrition, supplements I take, all sorts of stuff. Currently, I am about 6 months pregnant, and I also want to talk about my outfit real quick. So this is from Ellie Activewear, and this one's kind of fun because this is like a shirt, and then there's these like leggings with pockets, which is pretty cool. It is officially too tight as a medium, and so I have my belly sticking out. But it came with this cool like shawl thing that's reversible, and I'm wearing it right now, and I'm just like really into it. In case you were wondering if I'm wearing a blanket, it's technically part of the outfit. But yeah, they're really great. I'll link them below so you can check them out. But this 3-piece set's only $39.95. BT dubs. Today I want to talk about empaths, and I've known that I'm an empath for a while. Some people look at empaths as almost like intuitive or psychic, the ability or the power to be able to pick up on other people's energies, and that can be very draining as well as cool. I like to look at it more as just maybe not so much that I'm intuitive to a degree. I wouldn't say I have psychic abilities, but I definitely am so sensitive to other people's feelings and energy to the point where I take them on, and it's actually been a problem for a lot of situations in my life. Getting more clear with my health and looking at my whole life in a different way, and kind of realizing, you know, the people I was spending my time with, you know, people that were sucking my energy, and all of those things started to become more clear, and it became clear that I was just kind of an empathetic person. So what we have to worry about, if you think that maybe you're an empath, if you really are sensitive to what other people are feeling and thinking, you have to be really, really careful that you don't end up hanging out with like energy vampires, people that will come and dump all their shit on you, people that will expect you to stop what you're doing and, you know, do everything for them. Everything's about them. I've definitely been there in those relationships, and you have to make sure that you are, I was going to give you some tips, but you really have to make sure that you are creating boundaries and being aware of how you can refuel to reset yourself so you can, you know, still be a sensitive person. There's nothing wrong with being an empath. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive and in tune with your feelings and other people's feelings. In fact, I think it's a really important gift, and it's one of the reasons why I think I'm a good mom and a good friend, but I'm also a good coach, and that's how I ended up on this journey, you know, selfishly to lose weight on my own, and then it turned into this way that I could, you know, do this full time from home, helping other people through the same challenges that I have gotten through. The first tip I have for you, finally getting to the tips now, this video is gonna be like way too long. The first tip that I have for you is to really ground yourself or meditate on the real you. You can look up so many different grounding exercises. I mean, they can be as simple as closing your eyes and taking a few breaths, stating your name and how old you are, really just like getting familiar with just like who you are right now, what's happening. So you can do meditation, you can journal, you can take deep breaths like I said, just something to remember, okay, like I am me, this is like me right now, this is the reality, all these feelings are happening right now, but you know, today it is Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. I'm Amber Bear, I am doing the best I can, you know, yada yada. So that's step number one. Step number two would be spend some time, if possible, connecting with somebody or some people that know the real you, that don't judge you or make you feel like you need to be somebody you're not. So that could be like an old friend, your mom, it could just be yourself. If you can't find someone, it could just be you. For me today, that person was not a coach or challenger or even friend that I've known a long time. It was kind of like an outside point of view. And it was really helpful for me to talk to somebody that wasn't in this world, wasn't a client of mine or even a co-worker of mine, that I could just kind of talk to about it. And it was really helpful for me. And it was something that I don't even think I knew was going to be that helpful until I did it. So yeah, just whoever reminds you of who you are, like spend time with them. And even if that means spending some time by yourself. Another one, number 3, which I think is pretty interesting, is to try to eat healthy. A lot of the foods that we consume, especially when we're stressed and feeling all the feelings, can be comfort foods, you know, like heavier starchy foods, carbohydrate foods. And honestly, a lot of those foods actually require more energy to break down. So dairy, carbs, meats, a lot of those foods are very, I mean, no judgment, they're delicious a lot of the times, but they could also be taking kind of a more of an energy toll on our energy. And so if you can try to focus on enzyme-rich foods that give you energy, like fruits, nuts, I always have like green smoothies, things like that. Those things can actually kind of help give you energy. I know it's like a subtle thing, but it makes sense. And, you know, nutrition is so important. So the healthier we eat, the better we're going to feel, the better our gut's going to be. So I think it's really easy to want to reach for the comfort foods, and not to say they're totally bad, but if you're feeling bogged down and energy deprived, think about eating some energy, you know, giving foods. I like to think of like citrus fruits, like I said. They're really going to give you, just kind of help give your body energy and alkaline your body. And then the fourth step that I have for you, which is the last step, is to just make sure that you speak your truth. Set boundaries. So for me, I think my new boundary is going to be like when I check in with someone and I say like, how are you? Maybe I will word it differently, because yes, I care about how someone is, but that's not an invitation for them to then turn around and just, you know, verbally dump everything that's going wrong in their lives, so I excuse them of the commitment they made. So maybe it's about sending a message and reconstructing the questions that I ask. It could also mean checking the messages at a certain time of day, maybe not at the end of the day when I'm trying to relax. That's not really probably a great time for me to do that. So it could be in the morning, after I've done my workout, or after I've had breakfast and done my own self-care regime, that I could come into it with a better energy, so then I don't take on that energy and feel bad about it, you know, that I'm able to give them a response that's going to help them. So for me, that's like some little boundaries. For you, it could be not taking that phone call from that person that you think is going to suck your energy. It could be spending more time with people that give you energy and not as much time with the energy suckers. Like I said, whatever that looks like to you, usually it's going to, the boundaries are going to start with your self-care, and then you're able to give. Because sometimes the energy suckers are people that we can't get away from. They could be our boss or our child. And so then it's extra important to do the things that I talked about. A lot of times empaths are people that have experienced some kind of trauma. Something's either happened in their life, or there's some kind of void where there's an energy vacancy almost. If you think about it, it's like holes, like sponges, where it ends up attracting other people's energy. And so when I heard that today, I was reading about it, it made me really think about why I'm so empathetic. And I think a lot of it has to do with my childhood, how I was raised, and wanting to really fix people because of just traumatic experiences that I went through. And it made me realize that that's probably a lot of people, right? And it kind of, if you can look at somebody in a way where you don't have sympathy, but I think that I relate to people when I can see that they're hurting too. But I don't want it to be in this, we wallow in it, you know, like it's misery loves company. Like I want it to be like, how can we be constructive? How can we move through this, you know? And so I think part of that energy vacancy, it's very important to refill that energy vacancy within our own traumas and our own emotional state with those things I talked about, you know, like self-care, meditating, grounding, spending time with people, being yourself, speaking your truth. All those things are gonna like even out the playing field. So then when that bad energy comes at you, you're less likely to take it on. Another point is maybe you haven't had trauma per se, but you might be more prone to picking up other people's energy when you're just tired, run down, about to get sick, right? So even more important to then take care of yourself and eat well and all those things. So, you know, most likely empaths are doing some kind of caregiving work, whether they're nurses or social workers or health coaches or, you know, just really good moms. Like, you're probably doing some type of work or you're helping other people, but it's just really important to think about how you can help them best is by staying strong yourself and making sure that you're not sucking too much energy from other people or from the wrong people. So thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, make sure that you actually like the video and subscribe. Thanks, bye.